Luke Persona, that Mark Robert guy, you should be ashamed of yourselves for screwing up Brian Mills for this third Taken movie. You poorly fleshed out and developed poor Brian Mills and give him a very weak storyline. If I were a screenwriter, I think I should fix this character and give him a more fleshed out and well developed for my 2D hand-drawn animation movie of Taken 3, the redo story. Yeah, I got some good ideas for it. And I'm way more smarter than both of you. You dudes suck. Big time. But Brian Mills is not the only one who needs to be fleshed out and well developed. I got some other two Liam Neeson characters who need to be fleshed out and well developed. One is a bad A-word CIA agent dude who likes to carry a toothpick in his fingers, and the other is a grand Pokemon master who really does love his Pokemon so darn much and treats them as his equals. Every single one of them. If all these four famous projects that I ever thought about will ever exist in the main future. If you know what I mean. Well, anyway, hi ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka Boopop97. This is my review for today. And today I have no review, ladies and dudes. But for today's list, ladies and dudes, I got another top 5 list in mind. I'm finally gonna make another top 5 list that nobody has never done before. And it's all about the 3 famous Liam Neeson characters who needs to be fleshed out, well developed. If I could add one good epic moment that featured these 3 dudes that came from all 4 of my famous projects. We got Taken 3, the redo story, Orgy the movie, the Mystic World of Basilisk, and the redo of the Pokemon series. I mean, I want all 4 of these famous projects to ever exist, and I gotta be sure that these characters need to be fleshed out and well developed. Well, for the 3 Liam Neeson characters, of course, well, we already know that one has already been made while the other 2 were not made yet. So, I'm gonna make my top 5 most epic moments that came from all 3 of the Liam Neeson characters that came from my 4 famous projects. And I'm trying really hard to pick which epic moment from all 3 of the Liam Neeson characters, you know, to have a cool epic scene in the story. Like an action scene, or a love scene, or a scene where you cared about a character that you felt close with the most, or how about something that involves a toothpick? Meow, it's kind of hard for me to say. Yeah, and I want all 3 of these Liam Neeson characters need to be 2D hand-drawn animation, and we gotta find a way to get 2D hand-drawn animation back in the real world. If you know what I mean, since we had enough of the CGI bullcrap. Well, there were a couple of CGI parts here and there that are good from both movie and TV shows. But I'm afraid the CGI stuff is being way too overrated. Let's get 2D hand-drawn animation back on the big screen and on TV, if you know what I mean. So, without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my top 5 best epic moments that I ever chose for these 3 Liam Neeson characters that came from in my 4 famous projects. And now let's go on to my honorable mentions, and I gotta go one at a time for all 3 of them. The first honorable mention will be Brian Mills' most sweetest speech, or his beloved words to his beloved Lenny that came from the redo story of Taken 3. After all, Brian Lenny needs more character development and chemistry, and also get to know them as love couples, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, about Brian Mills' most sweetest words that he ever said to Letty is, "Lenny, my darling love, I promise to you, I will look for you, I will find you, and I will save you." He said those sweetest things to Lenny before the separation will happen. That's all I could say about that honorable mention for Brian Mills. The other honorable mention that came from both Orgy the movie and the Mystic World of Basilisk, and I hope everybody will love this honorable mention, is that Agent Hyel calls Jay Gordon Mr. Scary Punky Man. Because when he first saw Jay Gordon for the very first time, he does look punky, but yeah, he looks very darn scary. Because he believes that Jay's face is really darn scary to him. And thus he got the nickname Mr. Scary Punky Man. And I hope everybody will laugh their heads off for this. And the final honorable mention is for the Grand Pokemon Master Liam, when he began to care about all of his Pokemon. He really loved every single one of them. From the 250 something Pokemon that he ever caught in his life. He loves all of them. He never treats one of them as his favorite or put them in the number one spot. No. He just loved them all as his equal. Just like that. What else I could say? So let's head on to my top 5 choices. Coming at number 5 goes to Brian and Lenny's reunion in the redo story of Taken 3. Truly one of the most heartwarming moments I had to put on the list, is because it would be a good idea to flesh out and develop these two love couples just a whole lot more instead of the one that came from in Taken 3. Since those idiot screenwriters did a horrible job on it, and we will never forgive them for screwing them up. And also the part where Lenny dies. I want Brian and Lenny's reunion to be about where they finally reunited at long last. They hadn't seen each other for a week. It takes place in New York City and somewhere in a building, in a hotel somewhere. And they shared a hug and a kiss. And Lenny did found out the truth that she was stuck in a wall all this time because Stuart St. John is the one who put her there. If you know what I mean. That's all I could say about the number 5 spot. And coming at number 4 is the Grand Pokemon Master Liam having a relationship with Michael, the mysterious Raichu from the redo story of the Pokemon series. I want the Grand Pokemon Master Liam and Michael, the mysterious Raichu's relationship to be very darn special, and it needs to be a heartwarming story. And yeah, the Grand Pokemon Master Liam does understand that Raichu, aka Michael, he has no electric powers at all. No little thunder cheeks. He can't do Thunderball or Energy Ball or anything that involves electric attacks. Since Michael believes that he's just a nobody who came out of nowhere. But the Grand Pokemon Master Liam doesn't care about that. All he cares about is that he really does care about this Pokemon so darn much. And he did the best he could to raise it and, you know, treat him like a family member and not just a Pokemon. And I wish I could say more about this important moment, so I decided to put that at number 4. And coming at number 3, here's an interesting thing that we have never seen in a Liam Neeson film. Something that will be pretty darn interesting. How about if one of Liam Neeson's characters who could ever use a toothpick as a weapon? And no more parts of Liam Neeson playing a character who could use a gun. How about a toothpick as a weapon? So for number 3 is Agent Hyel's most coolest weapon that he ever had in his life is a toothpick. And Agent Hyel really loves toothpicks very much. Oh yeah, he's going to use it both for Orgy the movie and the Mystic World of Basilisk. And yeah, there's going to be a whole lot of great epic action scenes that came from this bad A-word character who just came out of nowhere. And he loves his toothpicks to death. And he did attack so many people with a toothpick. Well, instead of, killing them off, he'd rather give those bad guys one of his toothpicks as a pinch. And yeah, there will be one time when he and Jay had a fight in the laboratory. There will be a moment where Agent Hyel did give Jay Gordon a little bit of pinch in his shoulder with one of his toothpicks. Yeah. It'll be nice if we could see the old great and mighty Liam Neeson should have played a character of what his true weapon will be is a toothpick and not a gun. So we gotta get rid of the gun moments. So that way, maybe Liam Neeson could be a happy camper for it. If you know what I mean. So I picked that for number 3. And coming at number 2 is another Brian Lenny moment. I wish that the old great and mighty Liam Neeson and the sexy pretty face Faken Jensen, I wish they should have thought about this idea way sooner before Taken 3 was made. And I think you already know which one it is, right, ladies and dudes? Coming at number 2 has to go to a sex scene. Why the heck we never seen a sex scene in a Taken film featuring these two? I want their sex scene to be wild and crazy, and they just can't stop loving each other. Yeah. Too bad Luke Persona, that Mark Robert guy, had never thought about idea is doing a sex scene featuring Brian and Lenny. And maybe that way things would have been a whole lot more epic for the Taken 3 storyline. Man, they should be ashamed of themselves. For sure. That's all I could say for the number 2 spot. And finally, my number 1 most greatest idea for the epic scene ever from all 4 of my famous projects that came from, for all the 3 characters that I wish Liam Neeson could play. We already know one exists, but the other 2 are not. So, for number 1, well, I got a surprise for you. It's a tie. And I will let you guys pick which one that deserves to be in the number 1 spot. Will it be Jay Gordon versus Agent Hyel in Orgy the movie? Or the Grand Pokemon Master versus Ash with Raichu versus Greninja in the reduced story of the Pokemon series? I can't tell which one I like the best. Do you like the fight scene between a cool CIA agent dude who carries a toothpick in his finger, who wants to fight this really cool punky dude who has a very scary face that he likes to do the microphone whip? Or do you like the part where the Grand Pokemon Master Liam is going to face Ash in one epic battle with these 2 synchro Pokemon? One is a Raichu and the other is Greninja. I'll let you guys pick. It's hard for me to explain about this number 1 spot that features the 2 best epic fight scenes ever in my made-up project history thing, I guess. So, I'll let you guys pick which one of these fight scenes deserves to be the #1 most greatest projects that I ever thought about that featured these 3 Liam Neeson characters. And that is my whole entire top 5 list of my most epic moments that featured 3 Liam Neeson characters that came from my 4 famous projects. So tell me, ladies and dudes, what type of epic moment do you want to see if Liam Neeson can ever do one of these 2 hand-drawn animation ideas for a TV series or movie that will feature one of the best epic moments ever in my famous project history thing, I guess. Well, whichever it is, leave a comment there and let me know. And join me next time for more videos to come in the main future. I don't know which one it is yet, but I'll tell you that very, very soon whenever I can get there. So, that is it for now. I'll see you guys later, and sayonara!